start this shit. Hey, here we go.
Yeah, that was nice. I like that.
So that was the new intro and outro that Jason made, and I think it came out wonderful. Nice job, Jason.
Jason, good job, man. Good job.
Good job. So, Raider Nation, welcome back again to Raiders Last Call. I'm 401 Raider Jeff, along with my two co-hosts here, Jason for Raiders First Downs, and Chris for Raiders. We got a loaded show tonight. We got Monday Night Football, Dallas Cowboys in Vegas, updated rosters, injuries, trades, and how our Raiders can shock the world. And let's get into it. So before we start that, let's check the chat. Let's see who's here with us so we know who we're talking to. So we've got Robert Pena in the house.
Pena, what's up, brother?
We've got Anthony here. What's up, Anthony? Jack is in the house. Donuts Duncan. What's going on?
Donuts, my guy.
And I already gave Jason his fuck you, as I normally do.
I got one off stage, backstage.
Backstage, he already got one because he posted this. That's not from Chris. That's from Jason. Velvet's in the house. What's up, Becky? How you doing? Accelerator's in the house. What's up, man?
What's up,
Frank
Accelerator?
Weber's here. What's up, Frank? Dick's Insider's in the house. See, she likes it. She likes it. Oh, Dixon voted for Jason in my poll. Accelerator, I feel like we should be watching a scary movie now. Yeah, I like that new intro. That was pretty good. That
was pretty awesome.
Added a little different to it.
That was awesome.
Donuts is asking you if you bet on Oklahoma winning.
Yeah, I should have. I should have bet on that game.
Well, so getting into tonight, so obviously we got the Raiders and the Cowgirls Monday Night Football. Chris and I will be live for the game Monday night. We're not gonna do our Monday morning quarterback. We're gonna do our Monday Night Football special as a watch party, and just incorporate our show into that at that point. So we may do a Tuesday morning quarterback. It all depends on how Monday night goes. And I don't have the best luck on streaming watch parties for the last 3 games, so let's hope this one's better.
Well, it all started from that Atlanta game last year, so.
Yeah. So we're going to kick this off here, all right? So first, let's set the stage. So the Raiders enter this with a 2-7 record. The Cowboys are coming in 3-5-1. Beyond the records and the rosters in recent moves, matter big time, obviously. So first, the Raiders' major recent move placed right guard Jackson Powers Johnson on injury reserve due to a high ankle sprain. We signed Jermaine Davis off to the active roster, and the Cowboys made major deadline moves before the trade. They brought in defensive tackle Quinnen Williams and linebacker Logan Wilson via trades. The Raiders are still fixing their offensive line, which is already under pressure, which we know. All right. The Cowboys defense could look completely different going into this game, thanks to those additions. So, Chris, I'm going to start with you in this one. With all that in mind, who do you think has the edge right now in readiness, rest, and roster depth going into this Monday night game?
I'm gonna take my fan hat off. I'm gonna go with my football hat on. Dallas does by far. So far our offensive line cannot stop a defensive line. Can stop anybody. I mean, even a mediocre defense can get in the backfield, as we've seen through so many games. So, with that being said, Dallas had the edge on defense. So, do you want to talk about offense too, or just defense?
Just overall, just your take on everything. Your feeling on it's basically it's rest and roster depth overall. So just like in general for both teams.
And as far as that, the Raiders have a good run defense. They do good on the run, but Dallas' run game is it's mediocre. But what scares me is their pass offense. They can get the ball down the field. With the receivers they have. If we can't get in the backfield, our defense not getting in the backfield and harass, Holmes, Dax Prescott, we're in for a long game, a high scoring game on their end. So overall, Dallas had the edge on both offense and defense.
Okay. All right. Jason, I got a question for you. And does the fact that the Raiders are home, so it's obviously a home game for us, do you think it really helps given the recent crowd situations and the flood of Cowboy fans that are coming into Vegas? Because we've already heard reports of a lot of Cowboy fans going to be there. Cowboy fans have set up their own, takeover parties and everything. Sort of like what we do when the Raiders go and visit another city to play a team. The Cowboys are doing that in Vegas. Keep in mind they've never been to Vegas before. This is their first time in Allegiant. So what do you think is going to have an impact on that?
Well, we absolutely do not have home field advantage. So we'll probably be running a silent count in our own stadium when we're on offense.
Which is sad.
That's bad. That's bad.
Mm-hmm. We won't have a home field advantage till we start winning. We all know that. I mean, that's the obvious. The only draw that we have versus other teams that are in the same situation where they're not winning, they don't have. Vegas has that tourist attraction effect to it. So people are like, let's go to Vegas and we'll go to a Raider game. It's almost like the Raider game is going to be supplemental to what they're already going to do for the next 2 or 3 days anyways. That's what we did when I went. I mean, it wasn't like – I went to watch a game, but the people I went with, they're like, we want to go here and we want to go there and we want to do this and we want to do that. And it's like, I just want to watch a football game, folks. That's all.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's a downside of Raiders in Vegas.
So absolutely not. We do not have home field advantage. We'll have a crowd. We'll be
always
audible,
do, but we're going to be outnumbered.
But I would probably say it's going to be 60%. Price. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 60% Cowboys fans tomorrow.
Let me cut you guys off. But yeah, I saw this sell things at 60-40 right now.
60-40?
Yeah.
Is it? That sucks. That's not good.
No.
Let me ask Jason this too, because I know I asked Chris that question at the start. And I want to give you both a chance to kind of go back on both questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jason, with what I asked Chris about who has the edge right now, what in readiness and rest and roster depth, what's your take on that? Like, where are you putting?
Well, for those in the chat in the audience, obviously, if you would have watched your short earlier that you posted earlier, you spelled it out perfectly as to the time, the total time of rest and preparedness. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the uptick. 11 days to 14 days. It was 11 days to 14 days, you said? Okay.
Yeah, I do have that. We're going to
cover 11
again, too. So
we have 11 days to their 14 days. I'll be quite honest. I'll be quite honest with you. If it was 6 or less, I would say there's a clear advantage. But once you get to 11 to 14, both teams are going to have ample time to rest, recover. Because really, an NFL player takes about 3 to 5 days to fully recover, depending on how his recovery schedule goes. It's about 3 to 5 days. So once that's done, and then all the other schoolwork that goes on behind the scenes with the coaches and stuff. 11. It almost seems like 11 days might be too much for a midseason game, and same with 14. So they could come out. Both teams could come out stale. I mean, just be flat because of too much time off. Mind you, ours is also butted up against our bye week as well. So we went on bye, played 2 quick games in 4 days, and then we had 14 days off, and then we have like 11 days off. So
we are going to discuss that because that is one of the things that is going to be one of the topics tonight is an elaboration on what I talked about in that short that I did. Because I saw a little blurb about that earlier today, and then I did some extra digging, and I looked through, and it's like when you look at the full spectrum of our days off in between games versus it's insane how fucked we get this season. And you don't realize it when the schedule first comes out, but once you're into the heart of the season and you see it now firsthand, it's like, holy shit, that's a big differential. So Chris, on the question that I asked Jason about that it's a home game for us, and the amount of fans coming in for Dallas, what's your feeling on that? Where do you stand with that?
Well, like I keep saying, we don't have a home field advantage. We only won one game at home, and that was against Tennessee Titans. As far as they have more people like the people that live in Vegas to root for their team, they got to start winning. They haven't won anything since they've been in Vegas. I compared them to the Las Vegas Knights, the hockey team, the NHL team. Whoa, man! When I was in Vegas to go to Raider game, I've seen more Las Vegas Knights bumper stickers, stuff like that, all over the place. The Aces, it's a WNBA team, but the fact is, the matter is, they won 3 straight championships. They get a lot of people there. They're always full and packed. Yeah. Why? Because they're winning. In order to get the home field, the hometown to get involved with this team, you got to start winning games where, hey, let's go to a Raiders game. What they're 8-2 right now and might make the playoffs. Let's go watch them. Let's root for our home team. But when you're 2-8, 2-7, I'm not spending $1,000 to go to a game, even though I live right down the street from the stadium. Still ain't spend that money to go see them. I'll just sit back and wait for them to lose. So that's a problem they're gonna have until they start winning. They start winning games, meaningful games, not just beating Tennessee. It was a meaningful game. It was a good win. I was there. That was the first time I was there, and I got they won. But other than that, you got to start winning some games. Until then, we're not going to have that.
I guess what to what you're saying about the Aces and the Knights, I think the apples to oranges between them and the Raiders is the fact that those two teams are homegrown. They were formed and started in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So like the Vegas Knights had a following immediately because there was never an NHL team there. They weren't a team that moved from, say, like Hartford, like the Hartford Whalers moving into here, moving to Vegas. They were a brand new expansion team, so they were able to develop a following, and they've got a successful following. Same thing with the Aces. They weren't a transplant team coming in. We're a team that had established fans in Los Angeles and in Oakland. Then we moved to Vegas. And I get the struggle trying to get fans from the team in those two cities to become fans in Vegas. It's not a cheap city to go and visit. Let's put it that way, just like you expressed. It costs some money to actually go there. And then it also depends on what you do while you're there, too, how much more money you're going to spend. So it is costly. The days of just deciding last minute, hey, let's go to the game today because tickets were only like $30 a ticket. Let's go. That doesn't happen.
No.
You go to a game like that, especially if you bring, say, your wife or your son, you're in it for almost $1,000 before the day's even over. That's just going to the game. And if you're from out of town, that's not including hotels, food, transportation, so it's expensive. You're going to be ready to go to Vegas. It's not something you do in the last on a
Last
whim, like, hey, yeah.
Yeah,
So I mean, I get what you're saying.
I understand your point about the homegrown teams. They were homegrown. I understand that, and that's a factor too. But I was just saying though, they did welcome Vegas with the open arms. They say, okay, we got a team, but we moved there, but we wasn't really that good anyway. I get
What's
your
up,
point.
B-Raider?
I mean that's a good point. But still, in all,
Well,
if you don't win, regardless whether you're homegrown or a transplant, if say like the Knights came from what you said Hartford, and they come in here.
no,
And
they didn't. I just because
no,
Hartford
I'm
did
saying,
have a pro team and they moved them.
to the point. If they did move from Hartford, come here in their first or second year and they win championships, they still will have a big fan base.
Mario.
Because now we got a hockey team that moved from Hartford to Vegas, and the second year they're here, or first year they're here, second year, they win championship. You still gonna draw the crowd, regardless. I understand the homegrown thing, but you still gonna draw the crowd. You gotta come here and win. They gotta come.
Accelerator, he really in Vegas? Did he really go to Vegas, or is he bully? I can't tell what he says sometimes, whether he's truthful or not, because he's always a joker.
It's a lighter.
yeah. So this brings us to our next subject, then, and this goes over the 2025 schedule screw job that we've had. This kind of ties in with this weekend in a way. So we're going to talk about the NFL schedule machine and how it's been stacking odds against the Raiders this season. So the Raiders dealing with key short weeks, heavy travel, major injury hit to their O-line with JPJ out that we have to overcome. Meanwhile, with the Cowboys getting all that time off because it was their bye week, having the trade deadline, making the moves they made, they get their roster upgrades and they get more time to get these guys acclimated to their system before they come and visit us. So they were going to see a different defense this weekend than what we thought we would have seen 3 weeks ago before they made the trade and before Micah Parsons was shipped off to Green Bay. So I think they're a little bit better now, even without Micah Parsons, because they got better with the tackle position.
Just Quentin Williams alone.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. So with him in the middle, with the weakness that we have at our offensive line right now, because we're having to shuffle everybody around. So this game isn't just about the Cowboys; it's about the Raiders fighting every element. The roster, schedule, crowd. So Chris, when you saw that the Raiders schedule this year, did you feel like it was designed for us to grind or break, or what did you see that stood out? Did you see this coming, like the time frame between games for us being kind of screwed over in a way?
Well, Jeff, you and I did a show before the season started. We predicted the schedule. You said they're going 11-5, and I said you have to go back or 11-6, and I said 10-7. That's what we saw before the season started. But as the season progressed now, I'm now starting to see like, wow, we're getting screwed. We have a tough game. Then we got 4 days. We got to play a game. Now we got a big break. The bye week came handy, but the way the skeleton was like, if you look at it, it's like we're not getting a screw job. It's like that one year we had. Remember, we had to play. We had the most frequent flyer miles.
We're there again.
Yeah, the most frequent flyer miles in NFL. We was all over the place, all over the country. Had to go to Canada, play on the worst field in history. Then they had to go here. They had an international game. Yeah, it's almost like that year, like a screw job.
When's the last time Dallas has played an international game?
Good question. I don't know.
That's a good question.
Have they even yet?
I think they did once a while back when they first started.
They played in Mexico before the new stadium was built.
But that's not really – Mexico is really – I don't think it's like an extra game because it's still in our time zone. So, this is across the border. It's not like they had to fly over the ocean.
Well, Roger, I got this team, we're the Cowboys, and we play every Thanksgiving, so I don't see the need of us traveling out of the country to play no football game.
All right, Jerry Jones.
All right, yes, I was thinking Mr. Jones.
Shout out to Micah Parsons with the $2 super chat. Cowboys ain't shit without me. Have some respect. Well, Micah Parsons, if you're gonna give me a super chat with all the money that you're getting for that massive contract you signed, you could have jumped it up a little bit more than $2.
It should have been $1,000 super chat.
Yeah,
make history.
I appreciate you, whoever did that. Thank you. Yeah, Eric brings up a good point. Look at the Patriots. Second week is scheduled, and now they're on their bye week. They haven't played like I mean, yeah, they played the Bills and everything. They're a different team. I just can't get over what they've become after what I saw week one in person. So,
Yeah, but you look at it, like you're saying, I think it's the
Travis said
Patriots,
2014 in London.
the
That was
Bills.
the last time Dallas played an international game.
That's it. So what? You look at the Bills and Patriots; they only leave their freaking time zone once this year. I like it.
Yeah, Buffalo leaves one time the entire time, and they only jump over one time zone.
Yeah, what Central? That's it.
Yeah. Yep.
We got to jump 3 time zones.
Yeah. So, Jason, now looking at this particular matchup, all right, and how the schedule led into it, how big is that for Vegas right now? Like with this time frame between our last game, I know you kind of hit on it earlier, but I mean, I kind of guess you did answer that already ahead of time.
As far as having the Cowboys in town like this,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I guess look at it from the aspect of what I mentioned already about how they make that trade. They bring these players in, and now they've got this extra time to get these guys really ready. Because in past times, when a trade is made, usually the trade's done by like Monday, and then their next game is that following weekend, not 11 or 14 days later, like in this case.
Or like on a Wednesday or Thursday, and that guy's playing on Sunday. So yeah, on a normal, they hit their bye week and all their slough off part of the schedule at the right time, right at the trade deadline. So, I mean, and the trade the way the schedule's done, they say it's by computer, but
No.
Damn, the matchups might be done by computer, but I don't think the dates and times are done by computer.
I don't think it is. I think
those are. Now I've heard that that we in Vegas are going to be a little bit later on our home opener. They kind of want to be a little leery about that because it's super hot that time of the year. So they kind of want to, even though it's an indoor stadium for the fans going to and from the game, 113 degrees outside, that's not good for people to be traveling in, So I've heard rumblings of that. Once again, my sources have not quoted me on that.
Okay, Mitch.
But
Alex, give me another beer.
It's September. It's usually not that. It's hot, but it's not that hot like it is in August and July.
Oh, September gets.
It's a little warm, but it's not like 113. I mean, man, had that one day that happens, but I don't think that has anything to do with it because they're playing indoors. So, and then every place you go in Vegas, air conditioning. So that's really not really that big of a deal.
But you also have other factors too. You have. You got the UNLV schedule that we got to line up with because we made an agreement to have them share the stadium.
We can always trump that card anytime.
For the most part, we have complete control over it. I get that, right. But sometimes if you give a little bit, you get a little bit in return too. So,
but one thing to factor in, like you were saying, Vegas is a show town. There are so many shows there. They have to coincide with a lot of big concerts, a lot of big events, because if somebody like a mega superstar come there, on that date, sorry, Raiders, you got to play away to this week because Vegas not gonna lose that money from a big mega performer coming there. I'm not gonna say anybody's name, but a mega performer there coming there playing. They're not gonna lose that millions of dollars so the Raiders can play.
Yeah.
I can answer this because I kind of know the answer on the scheduling issue.
Why do you having us answer it if you know the answer?
Oh, huh?
Why do you have us answer it if you know the answer?
No, what you said about the computer handling and everything. The only reason I know this is because about 2 or 3 years ago on Good Morning Football, they had the VP of scheduling for the NFL and his assistant on the show, and they talked about this. They do this every year. They bring these two people in. And they discuss the schedule once the schedule is released and what goes into it. Excuse me. What goes into it for them setting the schedule up. So what they do is, yes, they input all the information into a computer. So they put the teams that are supposed to be playing each other home and away. They take into consideration dates for concerts and other major events like soccer matches. Because a lot of these stadiums do have soccer, like Gillette. They have the Revolution plays soccer at that stadium. So there's other events that are going on. The computer narrows it down, but it's some ridiculous number. Like it can generate up over 1 million plus schedules, okay, and different variations of those schedules. But when it comes down to the final, like within within a month of when they're going to release it, that's when the human aspect takes effect. And that's where they have to move things around with a logical sense and what's best for ratings at that time. The computer doesn't take that in consideration. So the finalization part is done by all humans. So they might narrow it down from say 1 million plus down to where they finally put their actual human hands on it to move the schedule around. They get it down to a few hundred. And then they go from there, and they just keep breaking it down and breaking it down. There's a lot of work. I mean, this is a year-long process that they're doing.
And don't they also meet with the television networks as well?
They do. They get involved with the television networks. Well,
because
it's
now
even more
you got
now.
You got multiple networks now. You got a Peacock, you got Netflix, you got Prime. You got more networks now involved in this season than ever before. Because it used to be only 3.
It used to be ABC got to pick their primetime games, and then everything else was regional
not
on
that
Sunday
way anymore.
Yeah,
and what makes it a little bit easier for them is it's not like Fox handles like it used to be, where Fox handled only NFC games and CBS handled the AFC games. Now it doesn't matter. The games can be, no matter whether it's an AFC conference game or not, it can be on either program on Sunday. So it's not stringent to just that.
It used to be like
you've got every major network involved in this.
It used to be CBS handled the AFC games, then NBC handled the NFC games, and then Channel 7 handled Monday Night Football. That was it.
I don't know what Channel 7 is.
I didn't have Channel 7 football.
Well, I mean, ABC Monday Night Football. I said Channel 7.
It was NBC had it. NBC was AFC, CBS was NFC, and then Fox took over for CBS.
805.
Yeah.
And then later on down the road, CBS took over for NBC. Right. And then eventually they have some inter conference games that they'll move from one network to the other now, because of the regional aspect of it.
Yeah, now it's all over the place.
Well, I mean, basically, just keep in mind at the end of the day, it's Raiders versus Cowboys is one thing, but in this case, it's almost like Raiders versus the schedule committee plus the Cowboys in the middle of this is another. So
and a 3x5 card.
Yeah, that we're also fighting the schedule here along with this. It's not only just the Cowboys. So I think the Cowboys come in with a bigger advantage, to be honest with you. Yeah, we're home and we didn't have to go on the road, but we just came off the road from a game. They've had all this time being on a bye week and then getting these new guys acclimated and ready to go. So that goes against us. Whether you think it does or not, it still plays a part in this.
Yeah. But I think 11 days is plenty of time to overcome that. Really.
Not in our case. Not when you've got a whole jumbled offensive line now, where you're talking about having to put a rookie out there, JPJ out now.
But that does give him time to
get a whole new aspect.
But
I'd rather have 11 days off to get him ready than I would 5 days.
That gives him time to acclimate him to the offense and offensive scheme and what to do and where to go in certain place. That gives him time. And like Jason said, if it happened like 3 days before, he gonna be a lost puppy. But now at least have time to get him implement in the game. So that might be the advantage or might be a disadvantage.
So Eric Bell says the league this year wanted the Pats back in it and wants us to suck. Probably what it feels like.
That's Kraft doing this thing with the commission. They're best friends.
Nugget Overdose said 26-24 Vegas. Book it and bank on it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Devin says, I need the nation to help me on Monday. I'm at my friend's house for the game, and my wife and all 3 of them are cowgirl. Oh, yeah, you're screwed.
I just tell him you got to go to the store and just leave and go to a
And don't
bar
come
somewhere
back.
and watch it.
Yeah.
I'm-
Yeah.
Hey, we need some more
I
cola.
got lost.
We need a 12-pack of cola. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I need a bottle of ketchup.
Yeah, and you're right, 805, because that's what we covered, earlier in the show. That it's never a home game for us, unfortunately. Even though
We
we're
don't have a
home,
home field
we're in
advantage.
Vegas, it doesn't feel like a home game.
You don't have a home field
We've
advantage.
only had that one time, and we blew it. It was against the Chargers. That's the only time it seemed like a home game, at least from my end, watching it on TV. Because I can see from seeing it on TV here on the East Coast that I can tell whether it's a heavy Raiders fan base in there or if it's the opposing team. The night of the Chargers game, that was Raider fans big time that night.
Oh,
But
it
we
was.
still did. The team still didn't show up. The fans showed up. The team was nowhere to be found.
Here's a good question. When's the last time we actually had a home field advantage?
Tennessee Titans.
No,
It was because I went there and it was pretty blacked out.
no.
No, I was there. It was a home field advantage for the
I
first
know
time.
you were there, but I still say no.
No, let's be honest. Let's go back to 2002. I'd say 99, 2000, 2001, we had a moderate home field advantage. 2002, we had a better home field advantage. And then, so the cusp of it, when we went back to Oakland and they created that Oakland football marketing. Now, that was a third party. That wasn't the Raiders. That wasn't the NFL. It was a third party.
Mm-hmm.
And they were in charge of selling the tickets. And they would not sell tickets until 48 hours before the game. And they would not sell individual tickets until 48 hours before the game. Well, they only had 47,000 season tickets were sold because you had to buy a PSL, blah, blah, blah. And then they dick you around with the PSLs. It's like you go to buy 2 PSLs. Well, I can sell you a PSL in this section and one in this section. I want my seats together, you dummy. Well, that started to become part and partial with what they were trying to get accomplished. And then for 10 years, that Oakland football marketing controlled the tickets and the ticket prices. Once we got out of that contract with Oakland football marketing and there was no more PSLs, then it became easier. We started to see, hey, the Raiders are selling AFC West packages where you can buy four tickets to AFC West games, But we really didn't start to gain that home field advantage until 2000, 2001, 2002. What were we doing? We were winning.
Yeah,
we started to win.
There's a key word. We were a winning team.
Jeff, you need me to give you CPR?
I'm reading Devin's comment. He goes, so Wife and I have a bet. If Cowboys win, I finish building the porch. If Raiders win, I park in her porch.
So there you go.
There it is.
What's up, Richard?
What's going on, Richard?
But see, Jason, I don't know any truth
what's
to
up,
this,
Brandon?
guys. I don't know truth to this, any guys, but I heard that a lot of major hotels in Vegas bought up tickets and seats and stuff like that to give the outer fans, the fans from other teams or other cities, a package to come to Vegas, stay us 3 days, 2 nights.
Yeah, that happened before the team was even there.
That was one of the.
Let me finish. Plus Raider tickets. Now, the truth that I don't know. That's what I heard. Like, seriously. So
okay, so you heard that, right?
Yeah, I heard that. I'm not saying it's true. That's what I heard.
Let's throw common sense to the equation for just a second here. Do you think moving an NFL team to Vegas was for the sole purpose of just that team and just that team's fan base? Money. Who's got the money? The casinos. Yeah, so the casinos are gonna. As soon as those tickets go on sale, anybody could buy them.
Yeah, they buy blocks of them.
They buy blocks that
aren't owned by
ticket holders. Yeah, so they own the rights to the tickets, and then they put them out there, and then they'll add it to a concierge service or something to that effect.
But they got package plans where a package plan.
I haven't seen any.
Wait, Jason, finish. Like I said. Say Minnesota Vikings come here. They play it later. It's cold. They said Minnesota's in Vegas. Oh, come stay at Bellagio for this price plus 2 NFL tickets to the Raiders and Minnesota game. They included the price of the hotel room and the tickets. That's what I'm saying.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen where they were doing. I mean, it most possibly can. I don't know. I mean, I believe is 805 in Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah, he lives in
I mean,
Henderson.
he might have more firsthand knowledge of because usually that type of stuff is going to be local advertisement and not, because if you go on those hotel websites, there's nothing about the Raider game except for um, Mandalay Bay has the directions on their website to get
Right.
to the stadium
Yeah. Well,
from
they
their
across the street.
place.
Yeah, they're across the
Yeah,
street.
so you meet up, you go to their lobby, and then there's a couple that had that M ride. You stay at their hotel in the
MGM.
morning. You go down, you book a M ride, and they drop you off at the stadium, and then they pick you up and take you back for like 15, 20 bucks.
MGM got that VIP treatment where they actually take you in a not a limousine, but like a big Suburban.
Yeah,
And that's right. I've seen like 4 or 5 of them out there that say MGM VIP.
Yeah.
So now that's probably a package plan you buy when you go to MGM. I'm not sure. I just heard.
it could be some rich dude that stays at the MGM and gets his limo service too.
It's
Not
only
necessarily.
No, it's MGM vehicles. That's the MGM cars. It's
Right.
not
Yeah,
It's MGM cars.
right. But if you're a multimillionaire, you fly into Vegas, you stay at the MGM in the penthouse, right? And then you book your limo in the morning to have the limo take you to the stadium. You pay the fee for your limo driver, whatever, to be there all day waiting for you till the game's over, and then take you back. I mean, I don't know if hotels
Jason, if you got the penthouse, if you got those upper VIP hotel suites in Vegas, because I went with a friend who had VIP seats because the dad was a high roller, you automatically get the limousine free. There's no you have to book your time and say, I want to take a limousine to here at this time. That's it. But you got to pay for anything. But the thing is, like, going back to Vegas when I was there, I saw those 5 in limousine. Everybody got that damn thing blind fucking drunk. It was so funny. I'm like, yeah, girl, like, which way I go now? But if you get those VIP things, the hotel is going to give you the limousine, regardless. Okay?
Right. Yeah.
It's just regular tourists staying there. Yeah, you got to book it, then you got to pay extra for it. But if you have VIP and up.
Yeah, but I haven't heard of any of the resorts or the hotels saying this is a Raiders package. You get a room for 2 nights, 2 tickets to the game, blah blah blah, ride to the game. This is the price where they're selling the tickets. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I just heard about it. I was saying that I'm not saying it's true. I just heard it.
Most all the tickets are on the exchange or Ticketmaster.
Yeah,
that are held, and those tickets are going to be held by brokers, and
I'm sure some of the big hotels have access to get those tickets for their big guys, So not the average tourist, but like they call them whales who want to go to the game. Oh, that was off topic.
No, actually, it wasn't. It was kind of in that same.
It was kind of
But anyways, Jeff, get this train back on the tracks.
Yeah,
I said this before we even physically moved there that it's never going to be home field advantage there. I'm going to say my say now. It's never going to be home field advantage there. The casinos are going to own as many tickets as possible, or they're going to get comp tickets, or they're going to go and buy blocks of tickets. They may have packages, they may not. But like Pig said, they probably get blocks of tickets, and they give them out as comp to the high rollers and shit. Whether they use them or not doesn't matter. Yeah. Anyway, it was always going to be the casinos involved, big corporations involved. Once we went to Vegas, it's not going to be for the fans of the everyday fan like we had in Oakland, and it's already proven that's not the case. The casinos have their hands in it, whether it comes out in public or not. You know damn well that they're in the background taking the handouts for the free tickets to do what they want with. There ain't nothing we can do about it. There ain't nothing out Mark Davis can do about it. They get the tickets. They do what they want with them, plain and simple. So, and I'm willing to bet that there are package deals for the cities that the teams are going to, like the Cowboys. I'm willing to bet that they would what do you call them? Travel planners or travel advisors that was still offering tickets to, people that want to go out there. Like, hey, we got a package deal for you. You get these tickets along with this hotel, blah, blah, blah. And they put you up in that hotel and you get 2 free tickets to the game.
Yeah.
That's how they sell tickets. That's how they make their money,
Yeah, exactly. That's
travel
all
packages.
Because I'm sure some, the concierge also, I'm sure they get like Pick said, they got blocks of tickets. They have a certain amount of tickets. Like, what you here for? Well, I'm here to go visit Vegas. Where you from? I'm from this city. You want to a Raider game? Yeah. Either the VIP, of course, not gonna get the regular tours. So that's
I
what they
just said
probably have.
that. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I just said.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm agreeing with you. I'm repeating that exactly what you're saying. So
Embarrassed.
I'm sure that's what happens. That's what I
Well,
heard.
let's get
I
back
don't
on
know
track with the chat
on,
because I'm
on,
way
on the
behind on it.
website. On the website, I haven't seen it, but I'm sure they have that.
So, Brandon says, do you guys remember when our schedule started 3/4 of the games on the road, 3/4 of the games on the road to end the season? I think it was the last 2 seasons in Oakland and the first season in Vegas. His schedule sucks lately. The only thing that kind of helps the Raiders now with travel wise is we're a little bit closer to the middle of the country now. Being in
400
Vegas
miles.
Hey, it's still closer.
Yeah, 200 miles on the next timeline. Yeah,
It's 400 miles.
It still pisses me off. He says
we have played 3 East Coast
game
teams on the East Coast. Come on now.
I think it was against the Giants. So what's up, Rebel? How you doing, brother? Rebel says, been at home all week, sleeping in your bed, hanging out with your family and friends, not having to travel should be all the home field advantages they need. When
It should be.
You're right, too. Everyone likes a winner. And some guys like wieners. Winners, hot dog water. Right?
I like that.
Raidify says Carolina home opener last year was the closest. Prior to that, it was the Charger game. We put up 63 points. That's the closest it's been to Oakland. Still far from it, but it was the closest. But see, that's what I mean. It's not even. You have to go back in your mind or go back in history to find that. It's not like, oh yeah, that was 3 weeks ago when we played so and so here in Vegas. It's not the norm, and that's the problem. It's not the norm where it was happening every week like it was in Oakland. It was happening on a regular basis. And I know people have said it, and I know Leo has said it, that he's been to Oakland and seen, a shit ton of fans from the other team. It wasn't always like everybody makes it out to be where it was strictly Raider fans in that stadium. There were a lot of fans from the other team.
Yeah, so there's some teams that are naturally going to do that. Pittsburgh's going to do that.
Yeah.
Dallas is going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay is going to have a touch of it. You'll see it.
The 49ers definitely do
49ers in our stadium and Rams stadium. I don't think they get. I mean, if they go out east, I don't think they travel out to the East Coast quite as much.
No, but
I think the Raider Nation covers the East Coast better than the 49ers do.
Yeah, but
really
the 49ers are basically.
Hey, the last time I saw the 49ers
on the East Coast. The 49ers stay on the West Coast more. They'll Dallas. They'll go to Arizona. Of course, that's the kind of division game. But they do travel there. But East Coast, no, I don't think they travel that far.
Yeah.
Like you said. Let me ask a question right quick. Compare Vegas, Oakland, and LA. If you want to compare the 3 cities, Oakland, more like a blue-collar city. Right, Jason?
Yeah.
It's more like blue-collar, hardworking men in Oakland. Then you go to LA. Yeah, middle class, everything else. Then you go to Vegas. Vegas more focus on the high rollers and the people got money. So I think that makes a difference in who goes to the games.
Vegas was about the blue collar. It's where we were born. Oakland. That's where we've had our best time.
Oakland.
Oakland.
You said Vegas.
You said Vegas.
Oakland.
Well, if I said Vegas, I apologize. I'm glad you corrected me.
No problem, brother. It happens.
Oakland is where we were born.
Jason. I love you.
Yeah, we all love you, Jason.
No.
Damn. Look at that look. Did he freeze or he just looking like that?
Yeah, okay, whatever. Oakland.
Yeah.
It's where we were born. It's where we had our best times, and that's where their most hardcore, passionate fans come from. But we still had people from Fresno, Bakersfield, San Luis Obispo, Los Angeles, Redding, which is way up north, Oregon border, and Nevada, that would come to Oakland to the game. So to say Oakland, just the fans were in Oakland or based around, I mean, I traveled 80 miles to go to the game. So it's not like, it's right, like I'm right there in Oakland. So that was the best time. That's the blue collar. LA was Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Superstars in the stands, Magic Johnson, James Garner.
You got all the times of the team, really.
Right. Yeah, you know what
Right.
And the
Vegas
attitude
is?
on the field proved it too.
Vegas is where the money is.
Mm-hmm.
And Vegas is where that team went to get the money because we didn't have the money. Now we got the money. And it's all about the money. So what I was going to mention earlier when I was holding my finger up, I kind of wanted to interject because you guys were kind of in that same line of what I was going to talk to you about was the fact that if you own the Raiders, would you and you knew your team wasn't going to be good, you're going to struggle to sell tickets, would you rather be in Vegas or would you rather be in Detroit or Minnesota or St. Louis or look at Miami? Miami, they have a hard time selling out their stadium.
I want to go where the money is.
You know what the money
Okay.
is.
Okay. You're going to go where the money is. And guess what? In Vegas, that stadium is going to be sold out every game. And Mark Davis doesn't care which fans are in there.
Yeah, I mean he's got a vested interest in selling out that stadium.
Does he want to win? Does he want to win? Yeah, I know he wants to win. Everybody wants to win. But the bottom line is it's a business. And if my business is going to be plentiful, I would rather be in Vegas where, okay, it might not all be my fans, but it's still sold out.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And the ticket sales are split amongst the NFL. So that's an investment of the NFL. So the tickets are the revenue sharing portion of that money.
So let's look at it this way, right? So there's 3 eras of football with this team representing 3 different cities, 3 different classes of people too, if you think about it. Okay. Mm-hmm. So when we were in Oakland, we were the blue collar team. We were the blood and guts and the fighting type team. Mm-hmm. When we went to LA, we were more of a flashier product on the field. Like, just look at the players. The players reflect where we play. Okay. Yep. Oakland days, those were the real nasty, gritty teams. In the 80s and in the early 90s, when we were in LA, we were more of the flashier team, the flashier players, the glitz and the glamour part of LA. That kind of was the team's persona. Then we went back to Oakland. We kind of got that vibe back again a little bit of that Oakland nastiness. Then we go to Las Vegas, and Las Vegas is more of that whatever type attitude, really. If you think about it, it's the money. You look at the type of people that walk around Vegas that are from there or aren't from there or just happen to migrate there. It's more of like a melting pot, really, in all honesty, in Vegas of different class type people there. So the team's still trying to find their identity in that city is what it comes down to. And the fan base is still trying to find that identity. In LA, you had an identity of the people that lived there and the players. You had that in Oakland. You don't have that in Vegas yet. And we're still too new to this city. It was an easy transition, I think, to go from Oakland to LA because you already had kind of a following in LA. Nobody liked the Chargers down there anyway, so you just gravitated towards the Raiders.
Or the Rams, yeah.
Plus that culture with the rap music and everything that took over in that era, too, helped them big time.
That was big. That was huge.
The biggest thing.
What really grew.
And really took off.
That's what really grew the LA Raider fan base. I know it firsthand because I was of that age. Chris knows it firsthand because he lived there during most of that time.
I was there, yeah.
I've been to LA in the 80s twice, so I know what it was like during that era. I wasn't living there, but I went out there for a couple of weeks at a time.
Man, it was
a couple
crazy.
of years in a row. So I know what that area was like in that era. In Vegas, it's different. Like if this was the old school Vegas and they moved there, it'd probably be a different story, because you had the bright lights and everything. But it's not like it is now. Now it's more commercialized. It wasn't back then.
We'd have a little bit more
Vegas in the 80s. In the 80s, it was grungy, dirty, run down. You didn't dare want to walk down the strip because it was fucking dangerous.
We'd have La Costa. We'd have had La Costa Nostra doing security at the gate for us.
Yeah. Dude, the mob would have been huge with the team.
Oh my God!
The mob would have run the team.
They would run the team.
Davis wouldn't have survived there. They would have muscled him out. Whether he liked it or not,
definitely
even that Brooklyn boy, he did not like those people.
No, so the team still has to find its identity. The fan base that lives in Vegas need to find their identity that they can, I guess, basically relate to this team, and we just haven't found that yet.
Yeah, because
Whether you disagree with me or not, I don't really care. But that's how I feel about it. Being an outsider from the West Coast, what I see from a distance, that's how I see this is.
Here it is, right here.
We're still in our infancy in Vegas.
There it is, right there.
Yeah.
You talk about it in Oakland. They were nasty, mean, dirty, nasty. LA, they're more finesse. They finessed you. They play hard, but they're more finesse. So they were nasty in Oakland and they're finesse in LA. In the Vegas, we don't know what they are. We don't know what they are. So they got built that identity to represent that city. They represent Oakland well with that dirty nastiness, toughness. I'll beat the crap out of you each time you come to my stadium. In LA, more like we're winning because we're pretty. We look good out there. But Vegas, they don't have that yet. Unless all the guys start gambling and go to the kitty house. What are you laughing at, Jeff? Now, Jeff, you're so giggly tonight.
You.
Who spiked that coffee?
Because you just said exactly what's word for word everything I just said.
I was putting the word and saying that. That's you're right.
That's why I started laughing because I looked at Jason. I saw Jason go, He just made that like
right. I agree with you. You're right. I was saying you're right. They're nasty in Oakland. They have finesse in LA, and then in Vegas has nothing. So they what kind of identity can they build? What kind of identity can they build in LA? I mean Vegas. What identity can they build?
And Frank's right. It is a travel destination. There's no two ways about it.
So what can they build? What can they build in Vegas? Are all of them gamblers and go brothels house or what? I don't know. LeBron James
losing, right? Vegas is the place where rules don't apply and those with money. Yeah, and the NWA, I think, Chris, you and I talked about that earlier this season, or earlier this year when we first started the last call. We talked about the culture and everything and what really formed the Raiders. So, yeah, that definitely NWA was without a doubt. I mean, again, I'm on the East Coast, and they had an impact on people. I already obviously knew about the Raiders and everything, but there's a generation over here that didn't know about them. And then when the NWA came along on the East Coast, forget it. It just blew up everywhere. That's why there's so many Raider fans on the East Coast. There's more than you think.
Because, but maybe that's one factor to believe. That was it.
I was thinking the Raiders would lean more into the Polynesian culture in Las Vegas, being the sixth island of Hawaii.
There's a lot of Polynesians
Is there really? Vegas. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
but the Polynesian community is largely moving to Vegas because they can't afford to live in Hawaii. So
there's a lot of Asian population out in Vegas. Big Asians.
What are Knights and Aces fans like? I don't know. You'd have to ask 805 that.
Well, your son's nice. Your son's nice, Danny.
Yeah, my son's been a Knights fan since they were formed.
I like their logo.
But again, that's an easy, like I said earlier, that's an easy transition for a brand spanking new team to be adopted by the city and to be welcomed openly.
Aces fans only showed up for souvenir night this year.
Are you down playing the WNBA, Jason?
No, you didn't hear about that?
What?
Oh my god! No, they're talking about WNBA. It's the professionals; they get paid.
So, moving on to the next thing.
What Real Talk said? 805.
He said, "We know what we are. We're trash."
No, he said there's Asians out here. News to me.
Injuries, roster updates, and the trade moves. So, we'll break down the personnel from both teams headed into this game. So, JPJ on IR. Jermaine Davis added to the roster. I don't know enough about him. Do you even know about him at all, Jason?
Me neither.
I don't know.
I guess been worried more about college football the last 3 or 4 weeks.
I guess when you talk about good news for injuries, I guess this is good news. Smith and Dylan Parham are both listed as full participants in practice. Smith with the quad injury, Parham with the ankle. So it looks like they're probably going to play on Monday night. We already knew Gino was going to play. Parham was kind of the question mark. I wish somebody would clip his ankle again in practice or
come on,
walk it through the locker room so he can sit out But unfortunately, he's still going to be there. So our O-line is still in flux. We've got interior weaknesses, and now we've got this defense coming in with fresh guys, basically. So Chris, what are the biggest red flags for the Raiders, and what are the little sparks of hope for this game?
Red flags. That middle interior of the offensive line is a red flag because they're shuffling so many players in and out. They don't have continuity. Look at the good teams in the NFL. Their O-line is usually intact the whole season, and they have continuity. Now we're shuffling around. What's the second part of that question? I was looking at Jermaine Davis. What's the second part?
What are the red flags, and what do you think of the sparks of, like, any type of spark of any hope that we have in this game? With regards to our offensive line interior woes.
God, man, why is there a question like that? Ask Jason. I don't see a spark. Because you know what they're gonna do. They're gonna make sure that Brock Bowers trying not to get any touch. They're gonna double team his ass all the way down the field, and there's nothing there. Gentry, I was hoping he'd spark,
but he doesn't play on the interior of the offensive line.
I know. Okay, I'm getting.
Well, that was the question.
You asked me a question, so I'm giving an answer.
Yeah, I asked about the interior of the offensive line, and you brought up Brock Bowers.
Okay, all right. You know what?
Well, it's true.
Answer this question. It's no spark. That's why I see. Ask the question. I don't see a spark. What spark can we have on? Bowers does block. So yeah, but in that, there ain't no spark. I don't see anything sparking there. It's like you're trying to light a firework. You're trying to light a firecracker in the middle of a rainstorm. Good luck.
You can still light a firecracker in a rainstorm.
You can still light it. Yeah. You can light it in the water if you wanted to.
I don't see a spark. What spark? Parham's coming back from injuries. Big shit.
Jason, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, please do. I know this guy
he was doing a good job there. Hey, let's talk about this for just a second. What we're looking for is spark, right?
Yeah.
Considering the offensive line that we're going to take out onto the field on Monday night, we're looking for a spark.
What's up, Willie Wayne?
Well, this is the time Jordan Meredith,
well, who's your mom?
Glaze, step up and be leaders on that team, and get that young kid. Caleb Rogers is going to play. He's going to play.
So. I really
He's going to play. That they ain't got a freaking choice at this point. He's got to play. If you as a head coach in the NFL that with this quote unquote legendary status wants any respect from even other coaches are going, God, Pete, why don't you just play the young kid? Give him a chance. Somebody's called him and said, why don't you just play the young kid? Quit overthinking it.
I think that would be pretty much anybody in Raider Nation would be saying.
You're paying a guy $11 million. Why not play the guy that play the guy that's not getting paid $11 million to do the same fucking thing? At least he'll learn. At least he'll come over to the sideline and go, okay, coach, what do I do next? Okay, I'll get it next time, and he'll get back out there and play. Yeah, he's learning. Kappa, you come over. Hey man, you miss. I don't give a shit. Gino gave us the wrong cadence. He gave us the wrong cadence. He was calling right hard slide, and it was always left. It's his fault. Or I'll be over here sucking on Gatorade, checking my bank account real quick because he got one over on us with that contract.
Yeah, he did.
Aha! But hey, I haven't checked the rest of the show's itinerary here. But can we talk about what not to do when we play the Cowboys?
Quick response before you start, Jason. I was looking at Jermaine Davis, and I got that question that Jeff asked me. So he basically played defensive end for Washington 2024, and linebacker at Minnesota Vikings. He has a total of 8 sacks in his career, 4 years. So he does play a little defensive end and linebacker. Plays both. He's 6'4", some 234 pounds. That's all heard of. He was at 3 different teams in the past 4 years. So this is 14.
Which pretty means we got a body.
You got a body.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
what
he
it
does
sounds
play a little
like.
defensive end. He played defense in 2024 for the Washington Commanders. So he has that experience playing defensive end. 8 sacks. That's all he
Yeah.
has. Well, it's
So
more
we
than
got
Coons. So that's more
we
than
got a
Coons.
body.
But this is more than Coons in 4 years.
Yeah, that's that guy. He actually goes by Jamin Davis, right?
Jameen.
Jameen. Okay.
Jameen.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Yeah, I know. I
all
know
right.
who he
So
is
the
now.
defense is expected to be revamped for Week 11 on the Cowboys side. Those additions returning and plus returning players. The Raiders' interior O-line weakness is being heavily targeted. You know that. They're going to take advantage of our weaknesses. So I'll ask you both this. You decide who wants to go first. For Dallas, how much do these additions and changes actually matter this week versus Vegas? And are they fully ready or are they still gelling? Do you think these guys that they just brought in are going to be ready to just fire off and go? Or do you think they still needed more time? You decide who wants to go first.
I'll go first. With Quentin Williams, it doesn't matter with that cat. You could take him off
Yeah.
of one team, but he could play for 16 different teams in the same year and still produce.
Exactly.
He's good. He's just like he's good. I'm not going to crown him the champion of defensive tackles, but he's pretty damn good. You know when you, but to counter that, you know, we're going to have to get away from that 12 power, 13 power. Get on the edge. Start getting on the edge. So, like the other day, I sent you that picture, right, Jeff, of that power toss. Okay, that in and of itself, I don't know if 805 covered it in his show because I didn't watch 805 the other night, which is probably why I didn't have a headache that night.
See that 805, he blames you for his headache.
Hey, 805, he's a good guy, man. Come on.
805.
Oh, he is.
He's in here.
He loves it and he knows it. I love the guy. He's got a great podcast. I kid because I like him, but no, that power toss. You know, the week before I go, man, they got to run some power. Get him out on the edge.
Yes.
You know, get him out on the edge. And so they run the power toss. And one time he ran it fairly well. To the left side, he cut it back in, and he caught a couple defenders off guard and broke it. But Jack Besh got a holding call, and it got called back. But the one that I sent you at 4 minutes and 34 seconds in the game in a half, and we were on the plus side of the field, and they ran it. I kid you not, he looked like a boomerang. And it was blocked up on the outside. So I don't know if you remember with like Bo Jackson and those guys, when they would run power toss, they would go out and then they would kind of bend in an angle and kind of get parallel with the sideline, right? So if they had to get inside the cornerback, hopefully the wide receiver could turn them inside or outside and get a predictable running lane, right?
See, and you said my voice is annoying. I'm going to counseling now.
You hurt 805's feelings, man. Apologize.
I didn't hurt his feelings. Come on.
That guy's catching strays over here. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man, you hurt everybody's feelings, Jay.
Well, you know, when you're the king like that, you know, when you're like the 48th president of the United States, you know, you're going to catch strays like that. But no, in all seriously, 805, I really love your show, and I was hoping to chop it up with you on those power toss plays, and
now he's kissing your ass. Look at that.
Oh, now you're trying to make up. You're going.
I don't need you two to start any shit. I can start my own shit.
You started
Really? I can start my own shit.
Not me.
But if you guys are gonna stand behind me and flicker your gums, then I'm gonna let them take care of it. Yeah.
Look what he's doing.
Hey, Jason,
Yeah.
I'm just serious. I won't get fined, dude. That's all I'm here for. So,
I know who HR is, anyways. I ain't paying shit to that fool.
I'm HR.
No, but that one power toss at 4, and I went back and I watched it again, and I'm like, if he just stays outside,
Yeah.
he boomerang. I mean, he literally. It's like he looked inside and then he saw the defender and ran at him inside, and I was like, oh my God, it was blocked up nice on the outside.
Sorry, I missed that last comment. I'm already in a session.
Oh man, my man, you be all right.
Real Kev, that's what we're talking about right now. We're talking about the Monday night game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
You
up,
never see
Ernie?
me anything, but I know what you're talking about because most of his good runs were on the outside. I don't
He's
even.
built. He's built to run those. He's built to run those counters and
Yeah,
those power toss. You know, the dives and the delay handoff up the. It just doesn't work
doesn't
with
work.
him.
Now without
Doesn't work with
now
him.
without blocking doesn't work because we
Uh-uh.
don't have the guys that move defense off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
But
it's
like
and
you see
let
those power sweeps and all that stuff like that, we got more success when he does that. 'Cause
yeah.
I did watch some of that, but I don't know what Chip Kelly's calling it. I can understand you got to keep defense honest. You got to go inside so they can commit to the inside, but then down and then you got to run that out,
Mhm.
and they
So
don't.
I just want to. I know this isn't football related, but Ernie's got a question because I thought the A's was supposed to be in Vegas. What happened to that? I heard they're in Sacramento right now or something.
Go for
All
the
these
stadium.
cities in Cali that
I can
closed
clean
or
that up for
something.
you.
Yeah,
Go for it.
I can clean it. So their lease expired in Oakland, and they didn't want to renew it. The stadium in Vegas is not going to be built in time for them to lateral from Oakland straight to Vegas because their lease expired in Oakland. So what they
So
ended
they
up
played
doing
in
is
Oakland this season, right? This past season
no,
they were in Oakland.
no, they were in Sacramento.
They're in Sacramento.
Okay.
So the stadium in Sacramento is Rayleigh Field. That when that stadium was originally built, it was originally built to be retrofitted into a Major League Baseball stadium if they ever got a Major League Baseball team in
Okay.
Sacramento. And
Was
then
that
and
was that
and
was that
A's the
that was,
River Cat.
that was originally was a AAA stadium, wasn't it? Was that a
It,
AAA?
it still is a AAA stadium.
Yeah, it's AAA. Yeah.
Yeah, but it when it was built, the foundation of that stadium it could be retrofitted to where they could add another I think 20,000 seats to it,
Mm-hmm.
and then some of the other things. All the infrastructure to that stadium is already there. If they wanted to go up and out to build a more modern uh, major league stadium, they could. Because I know the A's at one point years ago, the A's even contemplated going there anyways because the River Cats was their team. They had the market, and
The who?
Sacramento River Cats.
In
Oh,
minor league
AAA
team.
team. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it switched over to Giants, and the Giants were being bitches about letting the A's go play there.
Ain't that
The
like
Giants shut down San Jose because the A's had a stadium proposal in San Jose that the Giants shut it down for territorial rights. So it's just been a big old cluster, I guess you can say, the whole time. So I know it sucks them going, and I'm an A's fan, diehard A's fan. I don't want them going to Vegas, man. Come on. So, but hey,
yeah,
do what you want.
isn't that like Frisco and the Rams to do shit like that because they're jealous of other teams coming there.
Well,
It's like
you
they shut them down because they don't want the competition because they're scared of the competition.
in baseball they have what's called territorial rights.
Yeah, I know.
So
They got what they had out in Palmdale here. They
yeah,
had
it's
they had the A's, not the A's, Arizona Diamondbacks minor league team here, but they had to move out because I think
Mhm.
Well,
or the Angels did that.
so with what you said, Jason, so is their stadium not going to be ready in time for the 2026 season either?
2028.
28.
Oh wow, is that
Let's look
far
it up.
out?
Yeah,
The
let's look it
fuck are
up.
they building out of precious metals?
That shit looks pretty tight. What they building? Because who's working on it? Chewy.
I don't know, Bob the Builder.
Bob the Bill. Is Chewy working on that stadium?
Yeah, he's helping out with the glass.
Oh no shit,
He's contracted to help out the glass.
that was close. Chewy the Glass Man.
Bob the Builder, Chewy the Glass Man.
You guys are being really nasty tonight.
We're rare form tonight.
You're picking on 805 and you're picking on Jason.
I'm not picking on 805. That's all Jason.
I ain't never picked on 805. What are you talking about?
Oh, well, I didn't watch your show this week. That's probably why I don't have a headache. Oh.
That's picking on him.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're basically telling him that he gives you a headache.
Medically factual, though.
We gonna call this a nasty bald head show because everybody's bald and y'all being nasty. That's what it is, man.
I'm not being nasty. I'm just being nice in here trying to direct the show, and you two are going off the handle here.
Oh, like so, yeah, there you go. The
Chris is repeating everything everybody's saying.
Yeah, because
Jason's talking shit about the people in the chat. God damn.
Frank Weber's right.
I ain't talking about
guys are dicks, man.
I wasn't talking shit about people in the chat.
We should call this a bitter bald head show. That's what we should call it.
It's not my hey.
BBH.
It's not my fault I didn't get to watch 805 show this week. I was looking forward to it.
So Shopkey says Vegas equals money. Yeah. What's up, Martinez?
Yeah, I'm looking at things. So 2028, man.
Better,
Just
right?
picked the first game. You see it, Jason. See, not Jason. You got Jason away. The
I can still hear you.
It was pretty good. What they're building. It was pretty good.
Oh, it's pretty good. I don't give a fuck about
they say they're building for the A's. I'm not A's.
Yeah,
You're a bastard fan.
I was more of a Modesto A's fan until they changed all that shit too.
Damn, we going way back when.
Oh, it was as a kid, man, seeing Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire, and before they hit the big leagues, man, that was fun.
Well, before
this of the Raiders flying off the exactly. We got about as much direction on this show as the Raiders have on the field.
Oh.
I feel like Pete Carroll out here trying to corral the kids to stay on path, but
yeah.
Hey,
Ernie goes, I thought you guys were all from Vegas. Where are you all from? Me? I'm from the East Coast. I live in old tiny little state of Rhode Island. These two bobos are out in California.
Why we gotta be? See, Jason. See how he does that?
Yeah.
You gotta put a little dig in there somewhere. I'm in SoCal.
Donut said, still a fun watch though.
Jason, you in Central? You in North?
Central.
You in Central.
Dropped Henderson in fantasy 2 weeks ago. Oh man, you dropped Trevion Henderson? Oh, you poor bastard. Well, there goes your season. Good job. What the fuck were you thinking? My God. I grew up in Stockton.
I've been Stockton one time, man, and I'm going back.
Stockton, I've spent a lot of.
I'll tell you what. You want to see some great? Jason could probably attest for this. You want to see some great helmet cam videos of a fire department in action? Stockton. Holy
Stockton
shit,
Fire.
Oh my God, those guys are fucking balls to the walls, man. I give them all the credit in the world. They are one of the most aggressive. They are the most aggressive West Coast fire department I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And now East Coast is pretty aggressive because of the age of the structures, and it's just a different environment out here on the East Coast.
Uh-huh.
But on the West Coast, watch Stockton. Holy shit!
Oh, yeah.
Well, Stockton.
Oh my God, these guys are amazing.
Well, Stockton has
I'd be honored and proud of them if I were on that department, without a doubt.
Stockton does have a lot of forestry around it because they have those big trees and redwood.
It's not even the I'm talking their structure fire.
There's no redwoods around Stockton.
No, not redwoods, but they got a lot of trees running. I've been in Stockton. There's a lot.
No, Stockton is just like Oakland.
No.
Yeah, Ernie,
they
you
have
haven't heard me say
you have the
word
port
car yet. See,
you have the port, Stockton port. Yeah, the Stockton port. But for the most part, the demographic of it is just like Oakland.
Yeah, but I ain't talking demographic. I'm talking about the area wise. Me living in a fucking desert, man. There are a lot of trees out there.
Yeah, geographically, it's just like Oakland too. It really is. I can
stand in his eye.
I can blindfold you, Chris. Drop you off in the center of Stockton. Put the blindfold back on you, drop you off in the center of Oakland. You could not tell the difference between the two cities.
I don't want you ever to blindfold, man, because I think it might be some funny.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, I don't want any funny business. I love you, man, as a brother, but you can't blindfold.
Martinez said Stockton is ghetto as fuck, though.
Okay, walk down the street with a blindfolded black man. See what happens to you.
Yeah, Stockton has the most homeless per capita of any city in California.
All right, so getting them back on track.
Shopkey, blindfolded with my woman, that's fine, but not anything else. Sorry.
So this kind of is going to tie in a little bit here. I know I talked about this with Nate and the guys and Leo and Jay on Thursday night. He says, has any Raiders rookie besides Genty shown us any flash? No,
No, none.
Not at
Porter.
all.
Porter has shown flashes.
He has.
What, 2
But-
games? If that,
Yeah.
He's shown some flashes. There is something there is something there to work with
I'll
him.
give you that on a small scale, but
Yeah,
other than
yeah.
Genty, it still is a big fat zero.
Other than that, the
Genty's
rest of them
consistently
disappeared.
doing what he can with what he's got in front of him. Let's put
What
it that
other
way.
rookies are playing right now besides Genty?
Well, that's just it. None
On a
of them,
regular basis.
I mean, we'll find out Monday night if Caleb Rogers gets in there, and then we can start judging on how he's
Because
gonna
Jack
look.
Best he gets in there and he's a no show. Genty is in there all the time. What other rookie besides Porter is in there? Jordan's a no show.
It's sad. He goes, it's sad. I've already started doing mock drafts today.
No, we did ours Tuesday.
Stockton is ranked number 7 most dangerous in the country. I believe it. It is Chewy. Thornton
Yeah,
showed
me and Chewy
that's right. That's what we've seen from the rookie Thornton so far. That he can't catch with the shit. Can't get separation like everybody thought he was going to be able to do.
Yep, exactly. High hopes.
What's up, Arnie? Arnie
Arnie.
Gars is in the chat.
Well, me,
back
me,
to our-
Chewy, and Sacktown did a mock draft, and Tuesday people said, "Why do you do mock draft now?" Might as well.
Good for you.
Shut up, Joe.
Matchup breakdown. So now let's look ahead, pick out the matchups that we think will decide this game, like what key matchups. So one of the key matchup is going to be the Raiders offensive line versus the Cowboys defensive upgrades. The interior front versus Dallas with now Quinn Williams versus Vegas's makeshift potential offensive line. The Raiders run game and the tempo versus Cowboys defensive issues. Vegas must lean on the run, control the clock, and keep the QB clean. So we'll start with Chris. What are you looking for as far as that matchup between our offensive line and their front defensive line now that Quinn and Williams is there? Do you see this as a severe weakness for us, or do you think that we're going to be able to hold him back at all?
Okay, before I answer that question, is it actually facts that Caleb Rogers is going to start, and where is he going to start? Is he going to start on the right
now,
side?
who knows?
On the right side?
Well, let me look at it right now. Let me bring up the depth chart
That's
again.
what I want to see. Just make sure. Because Kappa starts on that side, they're not going to give you an answer.
As of right now, looks like the depth chart still has Caleb Rogers playing second.
Okay.
Playing backup.
To back up to who?
So the final injury listing for this won't come out probably until Monday anyway, or tomorrow, because it is a Monday night game. They don't have to put the actives or inactives as of today.
Yeah, they wait till the last minute.
They have an extended time frame. Yeah. Not much, but
it's kind of hard to say because I don't know where if Caleb Rogers is going to play because I haven't seen him in a real game yet. Is he going to play?
Nobody has. The only thing he's played is a little bit of preseason early.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is the injury report as of what's the date on that? As of
Hey, could I expand on what you guys are talking about right now?
Yeah, go ahead. Because I'm trying to figure out where Caleb.
All right, so I'm gonna go to the presser today with Pete Carroll, and he was asked about that, and Pete Carroll's response was, "You'll see game time. We'll see game time." Right? Hold on. Let me finish. When he said that, means that door is open for Caleb Rogers to play. In my mindset, that's his message. I'm not going to tell you, but that's the message he's signaling. Had it been the other way, where he absolutely not, Caleb Rogers wasn't, he would have came out and said, "No, we're going to go with Cap. We're going to go with Cap at right guard and Dylan Parham at left guard. Dylan's healthy; he'll be ready to go." That would be the answer I expected. That's what he was going to do. But since he said, "You'll see game time," then there's that outside possibility. Now, whether he starts the game or not, that's a different story. But he's going to be active, and he's probably going to get some run.
Pete Carroll's like, you're NASA, the space people. Never a straight fucking answer. Pete Carroll don't give a straight answer at all. We don't know what's on his mind, what he's going to say. Maybe he's hiding truth. I don't know. But the thing Jeff asked me was offensive line. So I'm trying to figure out. Okay, let me put scenarios. If Rodgers starts, he's going to start where JBJ lost it on the right side. So you're going to put a rookie in next to a second-year Glaze. And then you're going to have on the other side, who's on this over there? Forsythe and Parham. And Merritt in the middle. We won't have a running game. Because you got a rookie over there on the right side. And Dallas, they probably do that so Dallas won't know what to plan for. But if they do put the rookie on that side on where JBJ went down at, they're going to put their best, what's the guy that is picked up, on that side. We won't have a running game at all. Because they're gonna make sure that they do not let that guy block. On the other hand, he's gonna be able to come out like a Pro Bowl. But you got him in a second year left tackle who's doing not what we expected. Thought do better because they did last year. So against the run team, it's not gonna happen. In the passing game, it's even worse because we don't know how they're gonna pass block. We haven't seen this guy. If he starts, if they put Cap in there, we know the passing is going to be. It's going to be 8 sacks, two interceptions, and maybe a fumble. And by like 20 yards rushing, if they put Cap in there. That's what I see. So, I don't know what the question was, but I went to a rant. So, I don't have hope for any of this. A rookie next to a second-year guy. I don't have any hope. I hope Caleb Rogers come out and say, fuck y'all, I'm the shit, and fucking balls his ass out.
As of right now, Dylan Parham is a full participant. He is looking like he's going to play on Monday night. He has no injury designation as of right now, so he's a go. So expect Kappa, and from what I'm reading, expect Kappa and Parham to play. Caleb Rogers will not be starting. Is from what I'm taking from this injury report right now.
And,
from the injury report.
And so we have no.
Yeah, and it's probably going to be that way. Arnie's got a few questions here, and I want to get these so we can.
Yeah, let's go to the chat
because we're just totally ignoring the chat tonight, and I don't like that. So, who's your biggest disappointment this year? Who is your biggest surprise this year?
Jason.
Biggest disappointment for me is going to be Gino. Biggest surprise right now is going to be.
Kate's going to answer that question.
I don't know. I don't know who the biggest surprise would be. I gotta think about that one. Chris, go ahead. Who's your biggest disappointment and surprise?
Oh, well, I can't answer that because you already did. Gino.
You're going with the same answer?
Yeah, as I said, I can't answer because you took my answer.
Then what's your biggest surprise?
Go ahead, Jason.
My biggest disappointment, since you guys all picked Gino, I'm going to go with Genty as my biggest disappointment.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
Yeah, why?
He was a 6th pick in the draft. Generational talent. Wait, 1,500 yards. 1,500 yards rushing.
There was nothing he could do behind this offensive line.
Okay, maybe it's not all his fault, but it's still disappointing.
Well, it's definitely not all his fault.
It's not his fault. But he lead the rookies in rushing.
You know what my biggest surprise?
Well, yeah, that's the other part of the question.
We're waiting.
Genty.
Devin White.
I almost went with him.
Yeah,
I could agree with that one.
Yeah, I got you, Jason. That's pretty good. Good call. Good call.
So Donut says we got to give Betch and Thornton time. So more Thornton because he's a 4th-round pick. Actually, why not more Betch? He's a 2nd-round pick. He should be out there more than anything.
Exactly.
Mike Weber all block. JPJ was on there, the wrong position, but he was in there until he hit the IR. Ani, question. Is our offensive line worse, better, or the same as that? Oh, it's definitely worse than last year.
Worse than last year.
Worse than last year. The only difference between this year and last year, we didn't have a running back this year. This year, we got a running back. If Genty was last year on this team,
it'd be a different story.
Oh, he would have had. We would have won more games. I can tell you that.
He'd have had at least 90 yards last year.
Mm-hmm.
He would have definitely been able to run the ball.
If he had Philbin controlling the offensive line like he did last year, he just had a lot of yards. And you can tell Genty's dejected when the Denver game. You can look at his face like, what the fuck, man?
The problem with the run game is not just the talent or the execution, but it's the lack of commitment to the run game as well. Because there's time, had they been more committed to the run game in the last 4 or 5 games, what happens? It only is going to get better as time goes on, right? That running game with JPJ the other night against the Broncos, I truly thought that Genty was going to go over 100 yards that game.
Yeah.
And then JPJ went down in the middle of the 2nd quarter. He went down. And then because those counter that they'd run a counter, they'd run a tackle trap, and it was just like, oh my God, those holes are there. He's gonna bust one. And then he busted one. And it's like, all right, well, that's a holding call. I'm not gonna argue that it wasn't a foul. It was a foul. But
they showed a stat, and we talked about last night. Griffith thought I made it up. I said I didn't make it up. Jeff saw it. I saw it. That JBJ was in the game. They had 43 yards, but then when he got out, he had minus a yard. Whatever, it might have been one play that had minus 3 yards. Doesn't matter. After JPJ went down and all that went down, everything got discombobulated. The run game stopped, and then the thing that would piss me off is that, okay, why did you abandon the running game? Still trying to run. Stop trying to go over the middle. We know by history that we cannot this year that we have a problem run the ball up the middle.
Don't run it up the middle.
Right outside. Outside. When he's away from the defensive tackles, away from the defensive end, when he gets the linebackers, he has a better chance, and gets the cornerback a better chance of making a long run, like he did that 30-yard run besides holding call.
Donut Sunken says, just look at the Raiders legend Cliff Branch. He had a rough 2 seasons to start his career. Let's put a perfect example, and look what he turned out to be. Jerry Rice. He couldn't catch shit his first season. He almost became a complete
Does anybody remember Tim Brown's first 2 years?
Yeah, he was great. He wasn't that good either.
So, here's another question. Would you bench Kappa, Parham, and Gino if you were coach starting a rebuild? They wouldn't even be on my team.
They wouldn't be on my team. But Kappa
if you were going to do the whole Jets thing and just call it, yeah, I would kind of. But that's quitting. And, when the front office quits and the coaches start quitting, the players start quitting. And all that does is keep generating it. We're just wash, rinse, and repeat is all we're going to freaking do.
And then you never get good players. You never get players who won't come play for us unless they get big money.
Actually, Donuts, he did have a good rookie year, but most of it was on punt return and kick return.
Yeah, he had played both sides.
He was still the 3rd wide receiver in a 2 wide receiver set. Mervin Fernandez and Willie Galt were the starters. He did have some good games. He did really well for a rookie, but his splash was kickoff return and punt return.
Okay, so Fidel Torres said Cliff Branch probably had a great team around. Remember, Cliff Branch wasn't a focal point of the Raiders back then. He wasn't the focal. He wasn't the number 1 receiver. It's the point that Cliff Branch got open so much because nobody really focused on him. They had other guys that the other team focused on. And that's why I figured that maybe Trey Turner can be another Cliff Branch where they don't focus on him. They'll say, oh, yeah, he only caught 2 passes a game for 6-7 yards. And then in one play, he catches a 70-yard touchdown run, a 60-yard touchdown, 40 or whatever. And that's what I thought Turner could be.
Arnie's got a few questions, so I want to kind of plow through these.
Go
with
ahead.
these
Arnie always has a good question. Arnie has a great question.
I know that's why, because they're good ones too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does DJ Glaze look worse without? I think DJ Glaze has looked worse all season. He's taken a step back from last year.
He did.
Do you guys agree or disagree with that?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say he's it. Yeah, he has. He's a step back quite a bit.
Oh my God, Georgia kicking the ass out of Texas, 20-10.
Keep it close but lose, so we get great draft picks. Yeah, right.
Well, we got 10. So
11. Got 11
He
picks.
still
11
says
now.
Gentry's a bust. Only Barry Sanders didn't need an offensive line, and he proved it. He proved he didn't need a. He still had. I'll tell you right now, I'd still rather have Barry Sanders' offensive line than what we have right now.
yeah,
Barry Sanders
At
had
least they could protect their quarterback.
wasn't Barry Sanders' right guard a Hall of Famer? I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I think so.
he wasn't a Hall of Fame, but he was like an All Pro.
No, one of his linemen is in the Hall of Fame.
Is it? I know one was like All Pro for 2 years straight. I don't know.
Both these guys need to show something. Betchy and Thornton. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Draft QB or O line. O line. That's my take. I don't see us take. I don't think there's going to be a quarterback in the first round that's going to be worth taking. I'm sorry.
Not in the first round.
Oh, really?
They got some in the second round. First, yeah.
Well, there won't be one at our position available, but there will be one that is.
Well, you know,
there'll be one available for us, but they're not going to be what we want.
The Jets,
not going to be somebody I'm going to trust to turn this team over to.
The Jets and the Dolphins, and who was ahead of us? They're going to get a quarterback. One of them three teams, and Browns probably too, because they like drafting quarterbacks for no reason.
Might as well.
Why? They got your boy.
Yeah.
See, so what pick do we have right now?
6. Oh, did it move down or move up?
You know what's funny about that though, Chris? Did you make that comment? Is that little sucker got picked before and is starting over Shedeur Sanders, who everybody wanted us to take last year with the number 6 pick.
I said no. Yeah, but I know
you guys clapped at me and slapped at me. And
no, I didn't say that much.
No, I didn't. No,
let's take it. Might as well take them in the 5th round. If you're going to take somebody, take a gamble on somebody like that, take them in the 5th round. You ain't got nothing to lose. Well, the Browns go. They took them in the 3rd round.
Who are we taking in the 5th round?
Huh?
Who do we pick in the 5th round? 5th round.
I think we ended up not having a 5th round pick. We traded it, didn't we?
We did. Yeah, we traded up.
What's up, Michael? Arnie, it's an evaluation season. Who on our team? Our own keepers for the future. Who do you cut or not re-sign?
Kappa.
Free agency is going to do a lot of that for us because we're going to go into this offseason with
26 players on 1-year contract.
And last year we had 27, so we're going to have 26 players that we're going to have to either think about re-signing or just not worrying about. Kuntz is going to be one of them. Kuntz is relegated to the backup role now.
Kuntz is one.
Kuntz is one of many.
Yeah, I'm saying that off the top of my head, Kuntz is one. Not resigning.
Wow,
I'd keep Devin White.
Michael said Chris is man of the year. Wow, Michael, you don't know Chris very well, do you?
Yeah, you don't know me, man. I'm not man of the year. I'm man of the century. God damn it!
Whatever happened to that? Tommy Malott.
Yeah, he got cut.
Yeah, he's with the Saints last time I checked. Oh, he's still there. Got
my Cheerios right here. I ain't touching those tonight though because I have these tonight for a snack for later.
A question. That's a good thing. Before we end the show, Jeff, let's go over the 1-year guys who we think should cut and not cut. You want to do that? Let's go.
No.
Yeah. All right, Jason, we do our own show with that. Cut and not cut. 4-1 Jeff Raider. Cut or not cut?
No, that's 805's thing. I'm not doing that shit. That's his thing.
No, I'm saying though. Let's go by.
Jack Kenner always asking that in the chat. It's like, Jack, that's his show.
Okay,
that's
out of the 1-year contracts, give me 3 players who you will cut will not bring back.
All of them.
There's more than 3.
Go on.
No, I'm saying out of I'll say give me 3 who will not bring back next year.
That's another show.
You guys
I don't want anyone back. I'm sorry. I think they're all bums. I don't want anyone back. I really don't.
Actually, I'm going to piss you off real quick, Jeff, if you don't mind.
Please do.
I wouldn't mind bringing back Forsythe next year as a backup.
So, Chris,
thank
it's
you,
nice
Jeff.
to
He
you
pissed you off too. He pissed you off too.
Agree or disagree with me? He's played decent, not great. Not
If we're gonna keep him
why? Okay, Jason. Why do we need decent players?
You need depth, man.
Good players.
You need depth.
Hey, we need good players. We don't need decent players.
As long as they don't shut down the government. As long as they don't shut down the government again, we can give him a SNAP card and an EBT card, and he can still play for us.
Well, thanks to the president, they get none of that shit.
Yeah, they blame it on Trump.
And it's
fucking Trump's fault. We're 2-7.
Not political show. But I'm saying though, it's none of that shit. That's Congress. But anyway, I would say don't bring back Kuntz because he didn't prove nothing. He had to prove it, deal. Bye.
That's a fucking no-brainer. That's not even a fucking.
Yeah, that's it. That's top of my list. Top of my list.
That's fucking fucker shouldn't even be here right now.
Well, give him 1 year prove it deal.
And now he's back next year. Fuck no.
Now he's back up.
He should be gone. He shouldn't even be on the start. He shouldn't even made the original 53-man roster. How he even made it is still beyond me. I don't
because they saw the tape from 2023.
This is how I know I can't trust the evaluation of this coaching staff. I just don't get it because you got two rookies that you drafted. Neither one of them have even sniffed the starting lineup. This was the closest that we even heard of Caleb Rogers getting out there. Now it may not even fucking happen, which should still happen as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I agree.
We're not getting any chance of these rookies out there to have any type of an impact on this team other than Genty. Betch has been a bust so far because we can't get him out there. We can't get the protection for Gino to let the plays develop, to let these guys try and even get open. Thornton can't catch the ball when you throw it in his goddamn hands with nobody on him. So he's proven he's got shit hands. I don't know why we didn't see this coming. The kid had 25 catches in his college career last year. 25 catches for an entire season.
Big catches, Jeff.
We're expecting him to be our number one threat. Everybody's calling him the next Megatron. Get the fuck out of here, Megatron.
No. Well, he had big catches. That's what it was. I already had another question, man. I like Arnie's question. Arnie has the best questions ever.
What is your opinion on Jack Betch and Dante Thornton? F and F, D and D, I for incomplete.
I'd say D plus for Thornton.
I said D minus for Thornton, and I'll say F minus for Betch.
No, an I for incomplete.
Because when he was out there, he didn't do shit when he was out there.
Inadequate.
When he was out there, he knew shit. Yeah. He's supposed to be that tough guy that gets the ball. He's supposed to have been the Jacoby Myers replacement. Yeah, but yeah, that's false. We got catfish. Sorry, Leo, if you're listening, catfished.
So, Arnie, what is your opinion on PG and Chip Presser today? I don't watch it anymore. I watched it the other day, Pete, and I can't watch his. Dude, he throws out word salads. He sounds like Kamala Harris out there. I can't watch his press conferences anymore. It wastes my time.
NASA.
Because
NASA, not straight answer.
You better thank a union member.
Here's the fucking problem with that. Number one, these reporters lobbed up these stupid softball questions. Nobody asked them anything hard and legit. They're all easy ass questions, and I'm sick and tired of them.
Wait a minute, you got your guy out there. What's his name? That old dude. What's his name? I forgot his name. You ask questions.
Hondo Carpenter?
Yeah.
Oh, he asked some of the dumbest questions.
Seriously.
He's trying
to ask him what color fucking socks he's wearing today, because that's about as
No, Jeff, it's not socks. It's salt. It's salt.
He's trying to be a slicer. He ain't no good at it.
He wears socks, not socks.
Socks. Hey, these questions are getting me pissed now because not Arnie's questions being pissed get me pissed, but I mean it's like this is how much this team has aggravated the living shit out of me. You know, I can't even enjoy the press conference because it's the same bullshit over and over from him. Here we are at week what? We're at week 10, 11, whatever the fuck number we're at. And we still have no clue who's our ultimate offensive lineman starting five. We still have no clue there. We've got invisible guys for wide receivers that either can't catch the ball or can't even get open. We got a line that can't block for our core. I feel like a goddamn broken record every week because it's the same shit. It's not changing week in and week out. How is it we see this, but they don't, and they can't adjust to make these adjustments?
Hey,
We
Jeff,
can't even make adjustments at halftime, let alone a whole fucking week before the next game. We can't even make adjustments to get better. We get worse as the weeks go on.
And Jeff, what I called the receiving corps last year, right before the season started, what I call them? The Lollipop Guild. Okay, they're bigger receivers. Are they? They can't catch a damn ball. None of them can. Jack Best posted like he's the Jacoby Myers. And I thought when we drafted Jack Best, I said, well, the writing's on the wall for Jacoby Myers. Because he's supposed to be just like Jacoby Myers, that clutch guy to catch. He can drop passes last year in college. Yeah. We dropped a lot of passes, and then I don't know. I'm done. This season's over with.
So if we look at the matchups, right, like a matchup breakdown. So we got the Raiders O-line against the Cowboys defensive upgrades. We got the Raiders run game and tempo versus Cowboys defensive issues. We've got pass rush edge versus the Raiders pass protection. Turnover margin, which we know we're going to lose that one because Gino's going to throw an interception or two.
Easy.
In red zone efficiency, we barely get in the goddamn red zone, which is another issue we have. Crowd and home field dynamics. We have no home field advantage. The crowd is always going to. The Raider fans are usually always outnumbered anyway. The Cowboy fans are flooding Vegas as far as bringing in the fans to this. So it's like if you're writing the script on how Vegas wins this game. What do you think is the biggest thing that needs to happen?
Luck and pay off the referees.
Without that.
I can tell you this. Dallas hasn't shown me they've shown flashes like in the Green Bay game. But I don't think Green Bay's who they say they are either.
Who's that, Frank?
It just depends on which Dallas team we get that shows up on Sunday or Monday night. Because if they come out and they start running it down our throat and then them two wide receivers start cooking, then it's like, well,
history shows
our best friend is going to let that clock just keep running.
History shows that the Raiders do history. There are three teams that play us tough no matter what the stakes are, no matter how bad or good either other teams are. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers, Dallas Cowboys. They always show us, and it was the Chargers back then, but not whatever. But we always play Dallas tough. We always go toe to toe with Dallas Cowboys. We always go toe to toe with the Steelers. So this game, Dallas has the edge on pretty much all of it. Receiving core, the running back. Yeah, maybe so. Offensive line, they're probably a little better. They are better than us. Defensive line, what they picked up, what they did, is better than us. Although defensive line has been stopping the run, we can do that. So it might be a tougher game than we think. It might be a close game. If the Raiders defense can hold Dallas Cowboys down under 17 points, we got a chance to win because we can't score past 17, seem like, but we do have a chance to win that game if the defense can hold up. I'm looking at defense to actually win this game. Not the offense, not the line. The defense wins the game.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah, I'm saying that's all I look at. I said luck and pay out the referees. Do a big coin to the referees.
I mean, one thing we haven't really even touched was the fact of our secondary versus their receiving core. And their receiving core consists of Pickens, Lamb, and Ferguson.
Let's not even talk about that.
I was trying to avoid that.
Let's do this. We'll do prediction, and if you got a final take. So we'll go with Chris. What's your prediction? And then just pick one major key that you think we need in order for us to win?
In order to win, is a defensive line get and disrupt Dak Prescott, make them make bad decisions. That's
Okay,
it.
so that's your, so you're saying our defensive front.
Have
All
to.
right, and what's your pick and score prediction?
Dallas 31, Raiders 28. Not 28, 17.
Ooh.
I'm a
Wow.
Raider
All right,
fan.
Jason.
Look, I'm a Raider fan, true and true. But reality, I'm a football fan too. In reality, 31-17, Dallas.
You're more like Abraham Lincoln. You
A
can't
Raider
tell
fan,
lies.
the Raiders win 38-16. But as a football fan, 31-17 Dallas.
All right, Jason, same question for you.
Keys to the game in order for us to win. Number one, get some turnovers and score points off those turnovers. Put Dallas in predictable positions on the offense. Before they made these trades, I was thinking, yeah, we shouldn't have any problem. Their defense isn't. But they adding Wilson and Williams to that. That's going to change a lot. That's going to change a lot. That's going to make a big difference. And Kenny Clark. Kenny Clark's good. He's a good defensive tackle. So you get him a running mate on that front offensive line or that defensive line that could pose.
Jesus Christ. Georgia's up 35-10 over Texas. Casey and one about Archer Manning. I'm sorry, Jason. I just looked up like, God damn.
But anyways,
what do you got for a score and the win?
I was gonna go 35-13 Dallas.
Same as mine. Close.
I'm going 30-21 Raiders win, and I think the one key thing we need to do is offensive line to protect and get Genty running outside the tackle. Outside. Use his speed and his ability to shed blocks. I mean tackles.
Well,
Don't run
more so getting them on the secondary because the secondary player is going to have a harder time tackling them than the defensive lineman.
Yeah, give them that second level, third level
victory, not yours. I didn't talk during yours.
I was helping you out.
I know he's helping you out.
No, we can't run him up the middle because we've proven time and time again, no matter what type of defense we're playing, whether it's a weak defensive front or not, we can't run him up the middle. So we got to get him outside, plain and simple. Not against this front defensive line, not at all. They're going to eat him alive. So I'm still going 30-21 Raiders. I'm still picking the Raiders to win. And I'm still picking 30 for us until we score 30 points. I think we've got the ability to score 30 points at some point this season, and we're going to. We almost did a few weeks ago. But.
Almost as good in horseshoes.
Yep. So, with that being said, what do you guys got going on? Anything you want to promote? Talk about before we sign off?
Just another week for me. I'll be back on next Saturday.
No, you're not. You're gonna be back on with Jeff, man. Call it Sunday.
We're gonna do tomorrow night's game.
What's that?
Sunday postgame show. Sunday postgame. You and Jeff.
You want to do a watch party tomorrow?
No. Postgame show.
All right.
What?
It was after the postgame show Sunday night. Oh, that's right. There's no game tomorrow. I thought you were gonna do a postgame after the games.
When the Raiders game's over on Monday night,
I don't know. Fuck, I don't care. Hey, so anyway, I got a show tomorrow morning at 8:30 Pacific time. Me, Raiders, Jason. He's back. And all his family problems we talked about last week is over with. 8:30 post game. Nothing to talk about the Raiders, but we'll talk a little about the Raiders and what's coming up. That's 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, 11:30 Eastern time. That's tomorrow morning.
No, Jason and I talked about doing Sunday night games. I mean, it's up to you. If you don't want to do it, I'm fine with that too.
It's going to be an intermittent type thing. I think a lot of it just depends on what we got going on here at home on Sunday nights.
So we won't do it. No big deal. I'll just sit here and watch the game.
Make sure you follow proper paperwork, man, when you do that. Okay.
Well, I mean, You
know. Chris and I will be on live Monday night during the game
Yes, we
for
will.
the Raiders and
Thank you.
Cowboys.
Thank you.
So be sure if you want to chip be there, make sure you're here. We're probably going to start about a half hour before the game kicks off, just to get everybody settled in, and go over the injury report, who's a definite
Allegiant
starter,
Stadium.
what's the roster look like for the game, and we'll go from there.
It's Allegiant Stadium. It's not gonna say a home game, Torres. It's not home game because we don't have home field advantage. So it's at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas.
It's a home game for us.
He said, "Where's the game?" It's at Allegiant Stadium.
It's a home game. It's in Vegas.
Yeah,
it's still a home game.
It's officially a home game, but
still a home game. Who's Arnie? One last question before we go. Who, in your opinion, is our worst draft pick ever? Who is our best pick ever? I'll let you two answer that one first. I'll go last because my answer is going to surprise you.
They're probably Gallery. Let's see. Probably Jamarcus Russell. You're gonna say the worst? I don't know. And our best draft pick ever, Tim Brown. Jason.
Worst? You said Tim Brown?
No,
Tim Brown's
the best. Jamarcus Russell's the worst.
That's not what he asked. He asked who was your worst draft pick ever. Oh,
no,
man, who was our best? Okay,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can read. Chris, can you read? I can read. I read the question.
I read it.
You're doing it backwards. You're dyslexically reading it.
No, he did it just so he said the worst pick was Jamarcus Russell. The best pick was Tim Brown.
Jamarcus Russell.
Well, you can't read and you can't hear. So now I know why your wife's pissed off at you all the time.
Exactly. Clean the wax out, man, and get some glasses on.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jason.
Well, Jamarcus is a given, so we'll just throw that in there.
Yeah.
And personally, I think Howie Long was the best draft pick.
Okay. Well, it was some good. We had some good draft picks. You can go Tim Brown. You go Howie Long. You can go Marcus Allen, Bo Jackson. There's a lot of good picks we had. But the worst, Jamarcus Russell's hand down. We know that was the worst.
See, Bo Jackson can never be. I can never pick Bo Jackson as the best draft pick because technically we really didn't draft him. That was like an anomaly the way we acquired him.
Didn't we take him in the 5th or 6th round?
Yeah, it was a supplemental draft.
It wasn't a supplemental draft. It wasn't a supplemental.
Oh, it was in the next. It was the next year's draft.
Yeah, he withheld from the.
Yeah, it was like
that's too.
Oh, sorry. No, I clicked my bias. I was moving my mouse. Sorry. Yeah, Ron Mark was a good
hand, Chris.
No, that was accident. Yeah, I was trying to kill one thing, but yeah, he was. They did a 12. Crazy. Rob Martin.
I'm gonna go with Marcus Allen. Because without Marcus Allen, we don't win that Super Bowl. I can tell you that right now. I don't think we win that Super Bowl against the Redskins. Marcus Allen is my overall best. And our worst draft pick?
Excluding Jamarcus Russell.
You guys aren't going to like my answer. Ashley Genty, because we weren't ready for him. I think that is going to be one of our worst draft picks. That's going to go down in history as one of our worst.
Wait 2 more years before you make that call.
Yeah, I thought you were saying
I'm still making it right now. No, not when you pick them that early. It should be immediate impact. We weren't. This team was not.
I agree with you. I agree. Damn it! I'm going to slap the table and say you were absolutely 100% right. We should have never taken him with the 6th pick.
If we were,
and he should be with the 6th pick. He should be contended for Rookie of the Year.
But we picked him. We picked him when we wasn't ready for him. That's what we're saying.
But whenever you grade a draft pick, you usually want to wait a couple years before you grade it. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just going by right now. What we could have been and what we should have been are 2 different things right now. Yeah. And it all results with that pick that we made at number 6 last draft should not have been a running back with this team. And I say it even more now than when he was picked back in April. Because I didn't think it was the right move in April, but I dealt with it. I moved on. I accepted it. And now in hindsight, I'm like, that was a bad move.
Mhm.
We fucked up.
We were not ready for that draft pick for him.
We didn't have an offensive line.
No, we did not.
We
Last
went
year
with
we
the same
did.
guys as last year with the addition of Kappa, and they thought that was going to be better.
Who?
Okay.
Kappa? Who's that?
All right.
Kappa. That's the only addition to the offensive line we made before the season started.
The worst rated guard in the NFL the season before.
And we thought that was going to be an upgrade. Okay.
I think Kappa got some things on Brady and stuff. I think he did get some video on Brady. That's why he picked her. Hey, we got to take you down.
But anyway,
guys.
All right, so Jason, no game tomorrow night then.
It's been a fun, mean show, man. Really mean.
Wow, shit, my leg just that motherfucker.
Video disclaimer: I apologize to Real Talk Raider Nation for my.
Kiss his ass now. It's too late.
So
he's already in therapy.
If you're not, go ahead and DM me your address. I'll send you a care package as my apology.
It's too late. He's already in therapy. No, man.
Right.
I love
everybody.
I love this show.
Chris and I will see you Monday night. Make sure you check in with Chris tomorrow with him and Raider Nation Jason. Make sure you get to all three channels. I'm 401 Raider Death. To my left is Chris 4 Raiders. To my right is Jason Raiders First Downs. Make sure you get over to all three channels. Hit that sub. Hit the notification. Give the thumbs up for this show tonight. And you'll see Chris and I in a couple of days. And then you'll see Chris tomorrow. And then Jason, you'll see whenever.
Yep. Later.
Pay attention to my channel, though.
Yes.
I may be pushing
something
out.
And stick around and watch the outro, because if you missed the intro, you're going to want to watch the outro.
Jason, I want to talk to you. Hit me up.
It's brand new. Jason made it. Jason gets all the credit for this one. He did a tremendous job with it. I absolutely love it. So
I do.
Stay safe, everyone, and go Raiders.
Go Raiders.